Hello and welcome back to Alex Goes Sailing. In today's episode you're going to see some previous footage from last year when I was doing the headlining, well, when I started the headlining and it hasn't got done yet. I'm just finishing up now, but I've got a week to go before I got to get Meraki in the water, so I've got loads of work to do. Finish headlining, just put the lights in now, and maybe a bit of paint to touch up, and sanding and varnishing this rub rail, and she should be good to go. But we have lots of things planned for this season, like around the island race. Have to get a survey done to be insured for that, and a bunch of sailing trips, so it should be fun. But you're going to see footage from a year ago about this time, when I started the headlining, and we'll do a couple of episodes on headlining, and then we'll get into the solar panels, which you might be able to see there. So hope you enjoy. So for the headlining, I'm going to be using the same plastic sheeting that I use for the sides. It's typically used in showers, and it's quite easy to cut up, and it's quite lightweight, and it won't rot, and it's really easy to clean because you can just wipe it. So that's why I'm using it for the headlining. And I fitted these tracks all the way around the side of the boat already, just above the plastic sheeting that's there, and I can slot in the plastic sheets when I cut them to size, which would be the difficult bit. The reason why it's going to be so difficult is because it's all above your head. Yes, I can mark it and take it down and cut it, but still getting it up there and holding it in place while it's all flexible and bendy will be quite difficult. But I get a head start on the front panel, which has to fit down the hatch, which is quite an easy one, but the two other side ones will be the hardest. So I've used my weapon of choice and massacred a hole where the hatch goes, and then I've done some sorcery yoga rubbish to stick this up hands and feet, and then get some clamps on it to hold it up, so I can get some final trims in, because it's a little bit wide. As you can see, it's bowing. This end here, there will be the plastic joint that joins on to the other two sections that come in down here, and as you can see, that is right here, so this will be cut to length. And I'm in my safety gear, because that angle grinder and that dust is pretty disgusting. Very disgusting. Horrid stuff. Right, so we have the front panel cut there somewhat, so it'll fit, and I'm just going to get the side panels done. I've got the sheet in here, just started cutting this template to fit in this roof section here, get it close enough, and then I can fettle it the rest of the way. To get the shape inside of the sheet for the roof, I've made this little template maker thing. So I've just taken some off cut into little squares, and then drill a hole in the top corner and put a pop rivet in, and then I can just articulate that as I want, and then when I get it up in there, I will just tape it with a bit of gaff tape or something, hold the shape, and I'll just trace the line onto the thing, and I'll get close enough and I can just trim it the rest of the way. Right, look at this now. This worked out quite well. It's fit around all the edges. Got it going all the way down the end. Quite tidy, so all I've got to do now really is tape it together. I've put tape on it, so I'll find out if it works when I take it off. We'll see. Right, just drawn the line. Let me just pull this away. So I got a pretty good curve going down. So I cut off all that, and it should get pretty close, and I'll trim it the rest of the way and see how it fits up in the little slot up there. Right, so I've got the table in here, and I've actually managed to get it slid in on that side. That side just dropped out just now, so it's held up in the right position. I'm going to cut out around the stripper pole, so that fits up nice, and get that in. And then I'm also going to get that cut and put up at the front, and then I can figure out where it's going to meet, because I want to keep this as small as possible, because it's quite a big piece and difficult to hold up. But alright, we're working late into the night here. Managed to get it fit up quite well. Got the light down so I can see. That's actually a yellow light that's quite white on the camera. But yeah, I've got up a couple of screws in to hold it up. Cut around the mast. There'll be like a little face plate thing going around the side, so I'm not too worried about the cuts or anything. and that end's still got to get locked off to fit this piece. Right, just finishing up for the night now, and we've got the front one in, fitting nicely, bolted in at the front as well. Just got to sort out this joint and drawn the line on for the cut that's got to be made. And this is all fit up nicely, so pack it up tonight. And right, so I have this front panel fit up. Fits quite nicely with no bowing in the top there. In the back fits up quite well. Just need to push up there. It fits up quite smooth to the top. I've got to sort out this other panel fit in, but we'll get this front one mounted up. Now we have the satisfying bit. Yeah, look at that. Get rid of this blue, but first we'll do the edges. End up putting one little screw, one little screw, one little screw, and one little screw. And well, doesn't take much to hold it up because it's held all the way around the edges, that edge and this edge. This panel's probably going to be a bit harder because well, I've got the top there and I've got that edge there. Very nice to sag in the middle if you can't tell. So I'll have to see what I'm going to do with that. There will be a light in the middle, so maybe I'll get away with using the light fitting itself to hold it up, but yeah. So the benefit of using this stuff is that you can literally just cut it with scissors with like no real trouble. Just cut it and trim it. I mean, the angle grinder always helps make the job go quickly. Right, so I just chucked this profile up here. Got it to the right length, and then sits there pretty perfectly. Now up here you can see where the actual roof panel wants to sit, only touching a couple of places, and then otherwise you've got these voids, which is perfect for running wires for your nav lights and whatever else you've got going on. But I'm not quite sure. This might just be to join the two edges, not actually hold it up too much, but holding each other together and just joining up the seam. So this one might be alright. Right, I do believe I have won this battle. Ow, get stabbed in the face. But you can see this this strip with the trip. Oh, lighting's rubbish, but anyway, this actually clips up and holds it quite nicely. That is pretty neat, and I haven't lost too much headroom either because I kept it quite close. Although it does step down in different places and whatnot, but I've got the biggest void in the middle here, but I mean that's what hide most of the wires. And so on this side you could see the little channel. I'm thinking of where to run the lights. Right, I'm having a little bit of a dilemma where to mount these lights up in the ceiling. So I've drawn this line that goes along that roof bit there of where I'd make a slit in and then do the second one, so I could fit in this actual profile. You can see that profile, and have that fit up onto the roof and slit in, and I'll have one there and then one here and then mirrored on the other side, so it'd be 4 across the middle. Right, so I've got this slit cut now. Managed to get it pretty bob on straight, if you can see. This little tool is pretty good. Get it straight, and you can see this other Sharpie line is roughly where I'm gonna have to try and get the other line perfectly straight so I could fit it in. Right, so I've kind of got it fitting up there. I need to cut this end to length because it's a bit hanging out, but I can. So, a bit of a faff, but a little bit easier than I thought it would be, getting this cut perfect. And you can see we're gonna mount it in there. You can see the little channel there, and I stick some wood or something for it to screw into, because you've got these little brackets. Get a screw in there and be set, and they've got little end caps as well, so I've got to clean up the end as well. The end caps also look alright, and then there's also a clear lens that goes on there, but I mean the LEDs are running there, and then I have to have the wires really cut out a little bit of that plastic bit. Also have to find a way to, well, this side's alright, but this side might be alright when I put the other light over there a bit. But yeah, I mean that looks pretty
pretty cool. Imagine this not blue, obviously, because it'd be white, because it's just a protective film. Well, that'll probably scratch it anyway. Also, look at the state of me. I've got plastic all in there. And all on me as well, and this boat's a mess.
So that's what I managed to get done last year. This year, you can see I'm getting the other side done and actually getting them all finished up. So I think in the next episode, you're going to see all the headlining up, all stuck up with all the lights in it. So that'd be pretty cool. Now in real time, I'm going to be going sailing this coming weekend, the bank holiday. And if you want to see what I get up to, you can follow me on my Instagram. Link is in the description. But that's it for this week's episode, and I'll see you guys next time.